For this last step of your contour project, before you get started drawing your three images together, you do need to take reference pictures so that you're able to look at those images and use them for your project. So just a couple of the requirements with your reference photos. You need to turn in at least 5 images. You will only be using one, but I want you to take 5 so that you have a few to choose from so you can use and turn in your best overall photo for this project. In each of those 5 photos, I want you to find 3 objects that work well together for your pictures. So this can be either taken at home or in the classroom. If you're in the classroom, there's the photo studio setup that you can use, which I will walk you through. If you're at your house, find somewhere where you have a nice blank wall in the background or a table that you can set your objects up on. These will be submitted to Classroom for a grade, so make sure you're taking 5 good quality images, and I'll show you some examples in a minute. When you're looking for objects to choose, try to find 3 that are going to work well together. So think about some sort of theme, maybe fruits or flowers, sports equipment, vases. So here's a few examples of some different objects. So there's a bunch of fruit examples. Be creative, maybe throw in some cut up fruit with a knife laying across it, but think about what would look interesting together. So maybe a basketball or football, baseball, and then there's a picture of some flowers as well. So you need at least 3 objects. Make sure that at least 2 of those objects overlap, but all 3 definitely could, like a lot of these pictures are. While you're taking your pictures, make sure that you do have good lighting. So maybe take them next to a window for some good natural lighting. And that way, if you have that good natural lighting, you're able to look for all the highlights and shadows to outline. Something else to think about is if you don't have natural lighting or you're taking these at home when it's nighttime, consider using a flashlight. So on your phone, if you just turn your flashlight on, you can hold that off to the side and then take the picture with your other hand or have someone help you out. That way you're still able to get shadows cast and you have light coming from one side. Or maybe move a lamp if you're able to as well. All 5 photos that you do take can be of the same 3 objects, but just try to change up the angle and the distance that you're taking those pictures from. So take some up close, some further back, some from above, directly on and then below your objects. And make sure at least, again, 2 of your objects are overlapping and there shouldn't be large gaps between them. So try to take pictures super up close. Here are some examples of a set of images that could be turned in. So you can see all 5 of these photos are of the same objects, but they're just slightly moved around. I changed the placement of the objects. Some pictures are taken from above, some are from below, and then again I'm taking some close up and some further back. I'm going to play a video here to watch that shows setting up the photo studio. So this is the setup if you're in the classroom and want to take pictures of your objects there. So you can set them up on the table. I would turn on just one light off to the side. And again, if you don't have a studio or light that you can use, you can just turn on the flashlight on your phone. So here's an example of that. And just hold that flashlight off to the side of the objects. Try to hold it close enough where you're going to still be able to see shadows in the pictures that you take. And then here's an example of going about taking your 5 photos. So you'll notice that once I get the light on here, you're walking around the objects and you're not just taking those pictures from one angle. So I'm taking some from above, some from the right, some from the left. And that way I have more pictures to choose from and I can see which ones work out the best and which ones I'm going to want to use to draw. So take your time with these and really try to get some good angles with good lighting as you're taking these pictures. So the other thing that I would recommend to do as well is to move things around. So maybe take 2 or 3 pictures, move something slightly off in the background or something closer to the camera, and remember to make them overlap. So try not to spread them too far apart. Keep those 3 objects pretty close and take those pictures up close as well. I would recommend taking some too where the objects get cut off So that could make an interesting composition. So be creative and just try to take as many as possible. I would rotate your camera too. So now I have the camera horizontal versus vertical, and that's going to help just to give you more options as you go.